It's the podcast from us
To you.
Well, Jim, we're here at one of our familiar spots, and this is not QT's, this is C&C's.
Yes, coffee house.
Yes.
Coffee house and bakery. By the way, this is not our playlist. This is what's coming through their speakers.
That's right, but it is background music
It
anyway.
is background music, and it's kind of up tempo and upbeat.
Yeah, we're not having to pay anybody, I don't guess.
Not till we get caught.
I shouldn't have mentioned that, probably.
Now they've got evidence of your state of mind.
Yeah, that's right.
We know
That's
very important when deciding whether or not the indictment is going to come down.
It is, but I think I just misspoke myself.
Yes, well, misspeaking.
And probably you can't hear this music in the background anyway. But this is one of those days. It's National Fortune Cookie Day.
Yes.
As you pointed out to me, actually, I didn't know that myself. But
Yes, I looked it up on the internet because I knew today was the day of the moon landing, and it said National Moon Day, and I really think they should say Moon Landing Day because, in some old movies I've seen, moon means something different.
yes,
It involves a car and a window, and
that's right.
yes, and it just we don't condone that.
Yeah. And we're not just celebrating the moon itself, we're celebrating the landing on the moon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually, I guess it was a walk,
Yeah.
a small step for mankind.
Yeah.
No, for a man. Small step for a man,
Yeah.
and giant leap for mankind.
Yeah. What a great line. Eh?
Yes.
I wouldn't have wanted to deliver it because you got to go a long way to deliver
Yeah,
that.
right.
But and the other thing, this is well, your birthday, so that
It is?
yeah. I hated to bring it up to you, but in case you were trying to forget it.
Yes. It seems to be the kind of thing that I accomplish annually with no effort. Just kind of comes over me, and I'm a year older.
Yeah. Well, I've watched you over a number of those years, and you seem to be aging very gracefully.
Well, perhaps. I was going to look up and see what, remember, Chuck, when we celebrated our 10,000th day?
Yes.
And I meant to look, and since the 10,000th day, maybe once or twice, I've looked up what day I was on, and I meant to do it for today, but I didn't do it.
Well, Doc,
because when you get this many days, you start forgetting things.
Well, darn, that was going to be part of my interview. I was going to ask you that because I figured you had that at your command. So, but I won't ask that question now.
I don't know how many days are in 39 years.
But anyway, well, but I hope you're having a good day. It's
I'm having an excellent day, Chuck.
It's good.
We had some Chinese food, and now here we are. I'm having a cup of hot coffee, and you're having a cold brew.
a cold brew, and
Yeah, you kind of broke your pattern a little bit.
yeah.
But I've broken my pattern some recently.
And I worked through a little temptation of getting a latte and just
Yes.
went to cold
yes,
brew.
Yes. An intermediate step, but you're obviously on the way to perdition.
Yeah, that's right. I moved a little bit in that direction. Because it was our server's latte was her favorite. So
Yes.
it made it harder to.
But you like to establish that connection.
I do.
So, yeah.
I do for sure. But I guess, people often say, well, how do you feel today? It's your birthday. You feel in a year old? They always say that kind of thing. But we probably don't feel any different today than you did yesterday.
Not markedly so, no.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same. Still have pretty much the same mess on my desk that I had the day before.
Yeah.
Haven't let Well, let's just put it this way. I guess another year older doesn't have to result in another year wiser. You can, but
Yeah, it's not in the cards always.
yes. Past success is no guarantee of past performance is no guarantee of future success. Something like that.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you to, if you'd be interested in telling our audience, our listeners, what your fortune cookies said today, because we, for sure, on Fortune Cookie Day, we did get fortune cookies.
We did get fortunes,
and I'm older than you, so I don't remember what they were. So
yeah, well, I can remember mine, and maybe if I think of a little bit, I can remember yours. I was a little taken aback. I thought my fortune would be a little more upbeat and encouraging and inspiring.
Yeah.
But it said to hope for the best and expect the worst, which I thought was a real downer for a guy's birthday.
They gave you a dose of truth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And yours wasn't particularly sunny either.
No, it wasn't happiness and sunshine. It was, what was it? As your wallet grows fatter, your needs also grow greater. Something to that.
Yeah, something like that.
That's a paraphrase.
Yeah, that's right. We could more or less saying it's never enough.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, yeah.
But we are glad to be able to brighten the day of our listeners, and it can't be all jocularity. Sometimes we have to tell some hard truths.
That's true, and if anything, we're here for truth, right? I mean,
Well, that justice in the American way.
that's why people listen to us. They know that we're going to tell them the truth from our hearts, what we really believe.
And we really appreciate the response to our initial podcast.
I mean, they were very true too, weren't they?
Yes, I poured through them.
Yeah, it's. I mean, response like that is heartwarming. It's silence is a beautiful thing.
Well, some people are still contemplating. That was a lot for them to take in.
It was a lot to go into. It was kind of deep, I admit.
Yes, in at least one way.
They probably had to go through it at a snail's pace. So.
Well, Chuck, as I recall, your plan for today is to do some things that you've been meaning to do that you had some time to do today, and that's when I kind of persisted and pushed that we have coffee instead.
Yes. Well, your first thing was a tip and advice on procrastination, and then you overrode it by by offering a.
Yeah, a good policy would be to do some of the work and then reward yourself with some play.
That's right.
But we just skip to the play.
We just reward first, and then. Well, I think that's good too, Jim, because you never know when you may not get around to the reward. So you definitely want to get that in.
We're of the eat dessert first.
That's right. Eat now while you can. Eat, drink, and be merry. But I don't know whether this is the moment for us to discuss where our next stop may be or not.
Well, so far the common thread is coffee. We don't have to.
That has been a common thread.
We don't have to keep that pattern, but
yeah,
could.
Yeah, I see that emerging.
Yeah, there's a lot of coffee out there.
Yeah. And that's not a bad thread, I don't think, to follow. Mm-hmm. Coffee shop to coffee shop.
So if you're selling coffee, be warned.
Yeah. Some potential sponsors for us.
Are we over time?
That's our 10 minutes.
Okay, well.
That's our theme song playing.
Oh, I see.
It's the podcast from us.
To you.